Having existed for over 150 years, Lake Sturgeon is known to have something described as living fossils. However, the fish have experienced major population losses over the last couple of centuries. Fox 55's David Tillmans reports from Northwest Ohio, where efforts are underway to reintroduce the species to the Maumee River.
Hundreds of years ago, lake sturgeon lived in abundance across the Lake Erie Watershed, but today they are only found in small, fractured populations. Now, ecologists and engineers are working to revive the species, which has been extirpated from the watershed for over a century. Habitat destruction and overfishing functionally eliminated the fish from Ohio rivers by the early 1900s, but researchers have made progress in recent decades, and the Maumee was selected as the first river for this reintroduction effort.
A bunch of scientists found that the habitat quality of the Maumee River was sufficient for lake sturgeon reintroduction, and that water quality improvements over the last couple of decades might support a naturally reproducing population.
Batches of 3,000 fingerling lake sturgeon were stocked into the Maumee River in 2018, 19, and 21. Some of the fish were raised at the Genoa National Hatchery in Wisconsin, while the Toledo Zoo performed streamside rearing at their Sturgeon Recovery Center. And by using water sourced from the river, the zoo hopes that the fish will imprint on the waters of the Maumee.
The idea here is that they grow up smelling the chemical cues in the water. So when it's time for them to come back and lay their eggs, hopefully they'll be out in the river and they'll say, okay, that's where I need to go, and they'll return this way.
The project aims to establish a population of 1,500 naturally reproducing lake sturgeon in the Maumee River by the year 2038. Early survival estimates have researchers believing that this can be achieved.
In 2019, a commercial angler caught one of our sturgeon that had been released the previous year, and it had tripled in size. The lake sturgeon they're catching out there this year, they're 3.5 feet long. What we're seeing right now are pretty intense signs of this program being successful.
The sturgeon are sensitive to habitat loss, and the zoo says that their presence in a body of water indicates a healthy and stable environment. Restoring a native population can also help establish a more resilient ecosystem.
Think of the lake sturgeon as kind of the canary in the coal mine for the Great Lakes. If we can bring back that canary in the coal mine, that's a good indicator of water quality improvements, habitat improvements in any ecosystem that it's reintroduced to.
If imprinting is successful, Dr. Hint suggests that mature sturgeon could begin returning to the Maumee River to reproduce by 2029. Reporting from Toledo, Ohio, I'm David Tillmans.